Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today we're really shining the light and giving some love on a little foundation and concealer routine that I have really been loving and going to lately since discovering this foundation a few weeks ago. I've already talked about this a little bit on YouTube, but I wanted to have like its own dedicated video on kind of like, what I've been doing for my complexion. That's foundation, concealer, bronzer, all of that. We are talking, the star of this video is the new foundation from Hourglass. It's the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. This foundation is just phenomenal. I love it for so many reasons, and we're going to get into all of that in the video. And I've been pairing it with the Bobbi Brown Skin Full Cover Concealer. I didn't hear anything really about this. This video is in partnership with Nordstrom, and so when I was kind of going through the new products and things to try, you basically kind of decide what products you want to feature in your video when you get to work with Nordstrom. Such an honor. And I was looking through that list, and I was like, I really want to try this concealer. Because I am always up to try a new concealer and a new foundation and share ones that I love with you guys. So I'm gonna kind of share this little combination that I've been doing, and then we'll do a check-in throughout at the end of the day so you can see how these products work and how they last in hot Texas summer heat. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't have anything on my skin except my normal skincare. I'm actually gonna go in and prime my skin first with the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. And I've had this for a while, actually. I'm a huge fan of the Mineral Veil Primer, and I like this one as well. This is a great primer. It's a gel-like consistency to blur imperfections and texture. It feels a little heavier and thicker than the Mineral Veil, but it feels very soothing to the skin. And I really just like to apply it right in the center of my face and then right on my forehead. This little area is where I have the most texture on my skin. So I'm just gonna really work that in, kind of give my face a little massage, close my eyes, that feels good. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the foundation. Now I have the shade 7.5, which is a perfect match for me. I'm always really proud of myself when I pick a shade online and it ends up being perfect, and this is a perfect shade, 7.5. I just do one pump of this foundation, and actually I don't even end up using the full pump. As you can see, one pump disperses a lot of product. Let me kind of read a few of the benefits from the website so I don't miss anything, and then I'll kind of share like my own personal take on that. So this foundation is a full coverage foundation. It's a weightless liquid foundation that delivers 16-hour wear. It's buildable coverage, and it has light diffusing effect, which basically means that it's going to diffuse, reflect light, so it gives your skin a very flawless, smooth, poreless finish to the skin. It's transfer resistant. It gives flawless coverage that stays in place. It is also humidity and sweat resistant. Now, I do agree with that. I actually used this in a recent video where I was talking about how to get a glowy look without looking oily or too sweaty throughout the day. And this was the foundation that I used in that video because it does just that. It gives you the most soft, natural looking, radiant glow without looking like oily or too shiny. It just looks beautiful, and it stays beautiful all day long. So I just go from my hand to my brush. I'm using the BK Beauty 106, and I'm gonna start in the center of the face. And I'm just gonna kind of like press it onto the skin. But as you can see, I'm moving my brush around. I'm not just staying in one place. I'm basically trying to get as most mileage as I can from that product that I picked up. I didn't pick up a lot of product, and as you can see, I'm really spreading it out to cover kind of this whole part of my face here, the center of my face, and then blending down. A little bit of this foundation goes a long way. Like I said, it's medium to full coverage, so you can really build it. So my recommendation is to always start light and then build as you go and as you need. Never go in with too much, because once you go in with too much, it's really hard to repair from there. If you ever do go in with too much product, one thing you can do to absorb some excess product is use a damp, like clean sponge, press it into the skin, and it'll absorb that excess product. So I just kind of press it. This brush does all the work for you. And then as I get to the perimeter of my face, then I'll go in big circles to kind of blend and sheer out. So pretty. It really just, it looks so natural, yet it gives flawless coverage. It just looks like your skin is naturally like perfect. It's so beautiful. The first time I tried this foundation, like the moment I put it on my skin, I knew I loved it. But then came the actual wearability test. Like, did it look good all day long? And it does, you guys. Spoiler alert, I really, really love this. Have you guys tried this? I know it's not like a, you know, it's been out for a little while. Have you gotten your hands on it? Have you tried it? What are your thoughts? I think it's great for anyone that likes a lot of coverage but really doesn't like a really made up look. But again, the key is using a small amount. So I'm actually done applying the foundation. I want to show you how much is left on my hand. So you can see that I used about half of a pump. So if you can monitor the amount you use or the amount you squeeze out, you don't need a full pump. If you can get away with just getting half, try that. Next, we're going with the Bobbi Brown concealer. This is called the Skin Full Cover Concealer. I have the shade Beige, and it's a great shade. It's the right tone. It covers, conceals, and corrects, and it also gives a slight brightness underneath my eyes. This is a full coverage concealer. It also promises to wear up to 16 hours, and it's crease resistant, so you don't have to worry about it creasing underneath the eyes or settling in fine lines. Again, the key with this too is not to use too much. I love the shape of this applicator. Look at that. It's like a doe foot wand, but it's got this really unique kind of slant. So it really fits right here in the inner corner and underneath the eye. So I'm going to put a little bit right there and pull it down. It's very, very hydrating and moisture rich. Like when you put it on the skin, it feels a little bit like an eye cream. And then I'm gonna put a little bit here. Now, because this is full coverage, I'm not gonna go and apply it all underneath the eye. I'm just gonna apply it in those areas. You can use your finger to spread it if you want. Let's do that actually. Let's go in with our finger, and then whatever I need to go back in with the brush, I will do that. Now, I first like to just kind of press my finger so that I get a lot of coverage. Then I will slightly kind of migrate over here to the other side so that I bring that product underneath the eye. Oh, look at that. So good. I mean, do you see that coverage? It is phenomenal. Then I take whatever's left and I'll just pull it up here onto my lid. This concealer is so good. If you haven't tried this concealer and you like a lot of coverage under the eye, this is definitely one I would try because it's full coverage, but it doesn't look or feel heavy. It's very weightless and it blends out so easily. You have plenty of time to work with it before it starts to set. Okay, so I've got it mostly blended in. I'm gonna go in with the brush just to kind of press and absorb any excess. Oh my God, that literally looks so good. Do you see that? It looks so good. Full coverage, and it looks very, very like airbrushed and smooth. That concealer is so good, and that shade is perfect for me. So this is what my complexion looks like with just those two products, the foundation and the concealer, and like, of course, the primer. I haven't set anything with powder yet. I'm gonna go in with bronzer. This is not a new product. I've been using this for a long time. You guys know this. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. I love this product. I have the shade medium, and I have been going in actually with a BK Beauty 103 brush, which is a very large brush. And I have been loving to apply this product this way. It's a very big brush, so it's not like sculpting or creating like really refined placement here. It's really just like warming up the whole face. We got back from Florida last week, so I have this whole tan going on, so I can really get away with, you know, applying more bronzer than normal. And I've just kind of been stamping it onto my face. It's so easy and quick. Also, by using a bigger, fluffier brush like this and applying not necessarily more product, but applying it in a larger space on the face, you really do get this very natural, sun-kissed look. You know, it doesn't necessarily look like makeup. It looks like your skin. Do you see what that did? How that warmed up my face so naturally? I do have to kind of know when it's time to step away from the bronzer though. I love this product, it's so nice. So I'll go and do that. Then I'll go in with a little bit of blush, and I've been going back to my like good old favorite Westman Atelier blush. This is the shade Chochette. I also love the shade Petal, you guys know that. This is such a beautiful cream blush. It offers beautiful pigment that's very easy to blend out. It's also easy to apply. You can go straight from a brush. That's what I've been doing. Since it's summer and it's really hot outside, I like to work with cream products, but I like to apply very light layers of them. So applying this kind of product with a brush is going to apply it a little bit lighter than if you were just to apply it straight to the face with a stick. And I just kind of bounce that onto the cheekbone and then make my way up. Keep in mind, I haven't used any powder yet. I am going to use powder, but we haven't got there yet. I've been applying a lot of cream products first and then just going in and setting strategically around the cream products with a light powder to set everything, but keep that really beautiful glow. This is a product that I could get carried away with. Like I could literally go back and back for more. You gotta like pull me away from the blush. I think we're good. Oh my gosh, I wish you could see this, my skin right now. I mean, I don't wanna toot my own horn here, but my skin looks really good right now. These products together, this combination is like perfection. It's perfection. If you love good coverage. Now, if you like something very natural and sheer, this is probably gonna feel and look like too much, but if you like full coverage, it feels lightweight, give this combination a try. I promise you will love it. Okay, the next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just strategically set the center of my face, my forehead, around my nose, and I'm gonna go in with the Westman Atelier Vital, I think this is the Vital Skincare pressed powder. This is a newer product, and I'm gonna use the same small brush, the BK Beauty 104, and I'm just gonna use this product kind of, you know, basically where I didn't put cream bronzer or blush. Do it on the forehead. We'll go right here underneath the eye very lightly. This is a very lightweight, finely milled powder. It also gives a really silky, smooth finish. It's a very like luxury formula, meaning that it's just silky and goes on so beautifully. It doesn't look dry. Perfect. Okay, so that's kind of my go-to complexion routine. I'm gonna go and apply my eye makeup, lip products, and I'll be right back. So this is what the finished look looks like. I am gonna check in with you guys at the end of the day and share how this foundation looks and wears. I already know I love this foundation, so I'm just gonna say that. But I really wanted to give this foundation a full like video and share with you kind of how I like to apply it, what other products I like to use with it. I feel like this combination of products together with the primer, the concealer, the blush, and the bronzer just really gives my skin life, and it gives it a like soft radiance, but it's something that's workable for me even in the heat that we have right now in Texas. So I was really excited to share this video. I'm gonna hop off now. I'll be back later and I'll show you how this looks at the end of the day. So I'm back. You might notice that my makeup is different than it was earlier. I totally forgot to do my final check-in the other day when I filmed the portion of the video that you guys just watched. So I filmed a video earlier today using the foundation. It's been about 7 hours and I wanted to do a check-in on the makeup. So as you can see, the makeup looks incredible. I've touched up once today. I've spent quite a bit of time outside. It is 100 degrees outside. Around the marker of about 4 hours, I definitely felt the need to touch up with a little powder. But even after, it's been 7 hours and like 40 minutes, so almost 8 hours, let's call it almost 8 hours, this is still how the makeup looks. It looks so, so good. I cannot say enough amazing things about this foundation. It is truly like one of my top holy grails. I hesitated saying that because that's such a strong statement, but I cannot think of a foundation that I own that I love more than this. There are a few that are right here up to this caliber, but this is so, so good. The only thing I will say about this is that it definitely gives a makeup look. It doesn't look heavy. If you apply the right amount, does not look heavy, does not look cakey, but this is not one of those foundations that is going to give you like a natural sheer, like just looks like your skin look. It definitely looks like makeup. I will also say you don't probably need a full pump. I find myself using about 3/4 of a full pump. I always have a little bit left over and it comes to that question mark of like, do I just use it to use it? But then I look in the mirror and I'm like, why would I? I've got great coverage, things look great. Why would I add more? As far as pore blurring, I cannot think of a foundation that I own that blurs my pores as much as this. I mean, it truly, truly does. Depending on your skin type, it might lean a little bit more matte or it might lean a little bit more radiant. I did notice today my skin was a bit more dry this morning, and when I first applied it, it had much more of a matte finish, where on other days where maybe I'm doing a hydration mask or something and my skin doesn't feel as dry, it has more of a soft radiant finish. Nothing super glowy, but it varies a slight bit depending on the current state of my skin. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I cannot sing this foundation enough praises. I truly, truly cannot. It is just, they did really, really good on this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye.